Okay, everybody. Welcome back, man. Welcome back. Today I got something for you guys. I got a couple GPP plays that'll help you fit some of these guys in your lineup if that's what you're trying to do. They're going to be risky, but it is what it is. And then outside of that, I'll give you guys a preview of some of my bets. I like to bet on FanDuel Sportsbook, DraftKings Sportsbook, PointsBet, Bet Rivers, Bovada. It's a whole host of sites that I like to bet. So stay tuned for that too. In the near future, I'll be making separate videos of that, but I just got out of work. I'm pretty tired. I just want to cram it in. I don't want to try to make this shit so long. I want to get this information out. Like I say, I'm a GPP player at heart, man. I make some risky plays. Sometimes you got to make those risky plays to get to the top. And I'm going to give you some risky plays right now. Not the obvious, We've already talked about that. You guys already know about the obvious. It's important to know about these risky plays just in case you have to make quick pivots and stuff like that. Even if you're playing shorter slates, showdown slates and all that, these guys help you. These guys help you. Even if like I said, showdowns and afternoon slates and stuff like that, these guys can help you get over the top. It's a possibility these motherfucking guys don't do shit, but I'm gonna bring them to you because these the guys that I play. Like I said, I'm risky when it comes to tournaments, and I'm just gonna go and dive right into it right now, man. If you like this video, you can like, subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter. Sometimes I post lineups on Twitter, or I post my bets on Twitter and stuff like that. You can follow me on Twitter on at Denzel1. The link will be in the description. You can join my Facebook group, which is lit. I can give you guys a brief preview of that right now while I'm talking about it. Shucks. I'll just go to there right here. Let me see. I'll refresh. This is my FanDuel group right here. 8.3 members. Here we go. Jonte Scott. He's asking questions. Kobe Bean, check him out. He stay hitting licks around this month. Bet $5, get that 20% profit boost. I took advantage of that too, man. Wonderful group, man. Shout out to them boys and the men and women. Man, they in there killing it, man. They in there killing it. And I got a lot of day ones in there too, man. Shout out to you guys too, man. I'm from Chicago, Inglewood, South Side. We up in here strong. All my day ones in there. I see y'all. Y'all know. I ain't got to name no names. Y'all know who you are. Anyway, so I'll just scroll through, soccer. They betting some of everything, man. They getting it in, and let's look at Solomon Davis talking about sucker bet alert. So it's a lot going on, man. Look at Chalo. He didn't hit him a nice lick, $5. Put them together. College basketball. That's what's up. Look at me, Wisconsin. Blew my parlay up last night, man. I'm salty about that. And it is what it is, man. But we're gonna go ahead and get right into what we need to get into. So let me exit out of this right here, and let's get right to it. Hopefully this video don't be that long. I'm gunning for it not to be that long. I'm gonna start right here with the flex position. I use DraftKings because it's a little bit more for me to break stuff down, but I'm not breaking anything down now. But you can see stuff a little bit better on DraftKings to me. And then I like to play on DraftKings. The FanDuel is my first love. Like I always say, FanDuel is my first love, but DraftKings got a little bit more. They're a little bit more dynamic, and I like that. I'll point some of that out. That PPR, I love it. So we're gonna start off with this Cleveland and Tennessee game. I touched on this. Everybody in the industry is touching on this. This game is fucking breaking. No, this ain't the game, but this game here, it is an important game. If I had to pay up for anybody, any one of these running backs, I would probably pay up for Derrick Henry. But it is what it is. But I'm gonna stay on track with this one, and we're gonna go to some cheap options. Now, if you think Tennessee or Cleveland, if you think Cleveland be down, then you can look to Kareem Hunt, man. Kareem Hunt, he gets a couple passes and get in there in the end zone at 5,400. Tournament dart for me. Tournament dart for me if I get to him, But it is, that's what it is. I don't mind Corey Davis. Jonnu Smith is out. Then you can look to a cheaper option and Ferguson. He's coming in at the flat minimum. Of course, he's probably the flat minimum on FanDuel too. Tennessee, Tannehill loves to throw touchdowns, to his tight end. And Ferguson can get in there. He has been active in the past game before. From a target standpoint, he get 5 targets here, 3 targets there, targets here, so he is a viable option. 5, 3, 6, 3, 2, he's a viable option, man. So after coming in at flat minimum 2,500, I know he should be the flat minimum over here somewhere or close to it on FanDuel. So that's an option that you guys can probably look at. And moving along, gonna keep it going because I ain't gonna be standing on these games all day. Indianapolis and Houston, I'm in this flex position, as you can see. I'm in a flex position, but I can't rule out this guy right here, Phillip Rivers. This guy. Let's see, Phillip Rivers, where you at right there? He's coming in at 5,900 over here. And he's 6-7K over there. Look, he's been playing all right, man. He's got a favorable matchup. He's been playing all right, man. He's been, the last 6-7 games, man, he's been consistent in the 20s and the 18s. I say around the average outside of this Baltimore game, around the average, man. So, hey, man, it is what it is, man. Take it how you want to take it. I kind of like him. Let me go back to that game. Now, Indianapolis and Houston. Now, Fuller is out. We got Duke Johnson. We got David Johnson. He's coming back. So, that's kind of, I don't know, man. Another guy who nobody's talking about that I want to touch on is Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor. Hey, he could, he can be a tournament option that nobody's on, low on, what I'm saying, might do some things, Brandon Cook, he's self-explanatory. We know what's going on with that. Naeem, Pittman. But I want to go down here. I want to talk about T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton, he got in there for me last week, man. He's sitting here at 4,300 on DraftKings, on FanDuel. He's about, I don't even want to go here. Let me see. T.Y. Hilton, what's his price? I know he's cheap. He's probably in the 5K range. T.Y. Hilton, 5,600, man. So, he gave him a 16 over there and then give us an 18 over there. That's the difference between a PPR. You got 18 points, fantasy points over here, and he got 16 fantasy points over there. But anyway, I like the matchup. They need to get it together. I picked him last week. I said they was going against Tennessee. I said it's either now or never. Never. Even though he could have had 2 touchdowns. Even though he got a touchdown. Even though he got a touchdown late in the game, but that's beside the point. We doing it for fantasy. And then everybody know what's going on with the Kiki QT situation. Then you got Isaiah Coulter, this will be his first game if he gets to run. I imagine he gets to run. This is his first run of the NFL season. I don't know what this guy gonna do. I imagine he's the flat man on both sides. He's a rookie, so that's somebody I probably won't be on, but for all those different reasons that I named earlier, all different types of slates and stuff like that. This is information that you need to know. Then the tight end position over here, you got Jordan Akins. Then you got Darren Fells. These two guys, they're going to be out there. I don't know which one will get the volume. Everybody's on Atkins, or whatever his name is, but it is what it is. On the Indianapolis side, then you got Mo Alie-Cox, Doyle, you got Burton. It's a toss-up with those guys. You pick your poison. And Burton, it seems like they like Burton a lot. Pittman Jr. He's a guy too that gets a lot of targets and stuff. He just gotta, just like T.Y. Hilton, they gotta know what to do on him. You gotta catch the ball, man. Moving on over to the Jets and the Raiders. We're gonna look at Phillip Rivers here. Phillip Rivers. Not Phillip Rivers. I'm sorry. Where is he at? Derek Carr. Derek Carr. You got Josh Jacobs out, so we know what the deal is right there. I didn't think Josh Jacobs was going to be out, but look, Phillip Rivers. I keep saying Phillip Rivers. Derek Carr, he put up a stinker last game. Like, man, bro, he put up a stinker last game. Then couple that with the fact that Jacobs is out, he's going to have to bounce back, man. He's going to have to bounce back. In my opinion, he's going to have to bounce back. And, so I don't mind him. I wasn't on him like that, but now I like him a little better. So with that being said, I think Darren Waller is in a smash spot. The Jets don't want to win, man. They better not be trying to win. They don't want to win. They might as well tank it out. Anyway, Devontae Booker, I don't even know if I'm going to be playing this guy. But he's in that Montgomery price range and a few other cheap running backs price range. Hey, it is what it is. You play him. Nelson Aguilar, good spot. But this is a guy I want to talk about. Ruggs. He can take the top off of defense. He had 5 targets last game. Don't be surprised if he don't get in there. Don't be low owned. I like him for a deep threat. Frank Gore, they stay running the ball with this guy. I don't know why, but Vegas ain't that good at a run defense. Then you got Hunter Renfrow, because for the simple fact that Jacobs out, they might have to pass the ball a little bit more, and then, the Jets' run defense might be okay. So, Hunter Renfrow, he's definitely in play. My favorite wide receiver from the Jets is Denzel Mims. I'm waiting on this boy to get in the end zone, and that's one of the players that I'm probably on. I like him for a cheap play. Moving over to New Orleans and Atlanta, I don't really got nothing to touch on to this game other than the fact that all these guys are probably tournament players for me. From Ryan, he's coming in at the low 5K, probably 5,600 on DraftKings. He's probably about, I don't know how much he is on FanDuel. He's 7,400 on FanDuel. They need to bounce back game from him and the whole team. They need to bounce back. They owe these guys a butt kicking. These guys are tournament players for me. Like I said, I don't know the status of Julio Jones, but trust and believe. These guys. You know what these guys can do. It's just I'm not on these guys. That's all. You know what I'm saying? I don't fault nobody for taking them. If I'm playing bulk, then I might get on them. And then we have my hometown boys, Chicago, going up against Detroit. I like me some Mitchell Trubisky. I mean, I like me some Mitchell Trubisky against this team. Anything can happen. I'll have me some, but anything can happen. You got Matthew Stafford at 5,700, then you got Mitchell Trubisky at 5,400. Let me see. They played on week 1. He gave you 24 fantasy points that week 1. The rushing, he can get you some rushing. He can rush the ball. I don't have to go into too much details. You guys know what the business is by now. It's Saturday, man. But what I do really want to touch on is the receivers in this game. And I got a few receivers I want to point out. Detroit, Chicago. All right, right here in my face. Danny Amendola. This guy, he can be a target hog. He's back. He hadn't played in 2 weeks. He's back. He can get a decent target share, man. They played the Bears week 1. He had 7 targets, 5 catches. He haven't seen the end zone, none this year, but, targets on volume alone, that's what I like. And at that price, close to minimum, hey, plug them in and, help you move something around. Another guy we know about Darnell Mooney. We know he's a deep threat. We know all this, but he don't, it is what it is. He's going to be out there. We know the industry is on him. That's another cheap play, right along with Anthony Miller. Anthony Miller is another cheap play. He gets targets. Him and Trubisky they got a deep connection. I seen Trubisky hit Anthony Miller on the deep ball a few times. And, it's just another cheap play. Moving along, because we ain't trying to be, moving along. This is the game right here that's getting on my goddamn nerves. Like, who all can, they got a whole bunch of viable options. You got, first and foremost, you got Kirk Cousins. Then you got Thielen. Then you got Justin Jefferson. I am in the wide receiver spot when I'm supposed to be in the flex. But, yeah, Minnesota got a bunch of viable options, man. Dalvin Cook, Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson. That's a lot of mouths to feed, man. I don't mind James Robinson, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not here to talk about those guys, but it's gonna be a hell of a way to try to figure out how to decipher from these guys. But I do want to talk about DJ Chark. He's back. He's back. He ain't played in a couple weeks, and at 5,400. If you're looking for a run back or something like that, I'm quite sure he'll be low owned, along with, Coles and Chenaults and stuff like that. These boys are cheap, man, and they're going to have to throw the ball. Glennon going to be over there throwing the ball, and, somebody got to do something. They might not do much, but I'm just trying to tell you. Another play from this game is Kyle Rudolph. We got Irv Smith out again. So there's a tight end option that he should get most of the, if not all the tight end work. Now let's move. Cincinnati and Miami. I'm really hoping, I'm pulling for Fitzpatrick to play, because then that'll probably be my favorite quarterback on the slate. He's about, I think, 5,700 on DraftKings. Over here, as you can see, he's 7,400. Nice cheap price on Parker. Gesicki, nice cheap price on him. But what I want to talk about is this cheap wide receivers. Is Giovanni Bernard. He's priced up at he should be cheaper than 5,200. He's a catch passing running back. I could point him out, but it ain't nobody I'm probably going to be getting to, though, And my shit is acting up. Yeah, it's probably nobody I'll be trying to get to. He's, unless they give him more work in the passing game, which can happen at any time, you know. But couple that with the quarterback play over here, it's like, man, Tyler Boyd cheap, T Higgins cheap. But the play that I really wanted to point out and look at over here, I mean, Jakeem Grant's cheap. Then you got AJ Green sitting down there cheap as hell at 3,100 near the minimum. But I wanted to talk about Myles Gaskin here. With all these running backs, you guys know the deal. All these running backs over here in Miami, they hurt either on the injury reserve or whatever. You got, Myles Gaskin. He's coming in at $6K. He's a little pricier than the rest of those, but the matchup is there, man. He might sneak in the end zone because they'll be able to move the ball. If Tua in there, they'll be able to move the ball. If Fitzpatrick, they'll be in there, they'll be able to move the ball, man. So he might be able to roll his ass over in there for a touchdown or whatever. New York Giants and Seattle. So you got Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is doubtful, man. So that's a downgrade for the passing game, I would believe. But we'll see. McCoy, he'll get a whole full game, man. If Daniel Jones was healthy, I would be looking at someone. I would love Ingram, and I would definitely be looking at Sterling Shepard. Darius Slayton murdered me last week on my prop bets. Killed me. I had him to get 3 catches. He got 2 targets and no catches, man. That was one that I didn't even think twice about. He was gonna get 3 catches, and that hurt me. It looks like Carlos Hyde probably would be suiting up. So, like, come on, man. He's suiting up. Sit your ass down somewhere. I would like to get a full dose of Chris Carson, but you might still get a full dose of Chris Carson. And he has 6,300. So, that's somebody to keep an eye on. And after that, I'm just pretty much done. I can't really, pinpoint what McCoy's production going to be looking like, man. But I might still take a stab at these guys, especially if the Seattle get out in front, which they way more capable of getting out in front. Then, hey, shit, somebody got to catch the ball. So these guys are still in play, man. And they still NFL players. They still in play. Metcalf, Lockett, you know what it is with them already. Moving on over to the Rams game. Chalk up. There's so much chalk on this slate, man. Good slate for cash. Good slate for cash, man. But anyway, DeAndre Hopkins is somebody I'll be looking to for only in GPPs, man. Cup, Woods, they cheap. They right down there with value plays. Shit, they cheap. Shit. Drake, I don't mind Drake. Akers, a lot of people have been talking up Akers, man. I'm not getting there. Maybe on a skinnier slate, like a 2 or 3 game slate, or a single game showdown slate or something. Then I'll consider it, But Josh Reynolds, he's some guy. Golf spreads the ball around, man. He gets targets, man. And like I said, if you don't want to play him on the main slate, he might pop out on another slate for you, man. But he gets targets, and it is what it is. He's about 4,200 over here on FanDuel. I forget what his pricing is on FanDuel, man. But he ain't like somebody I'm really, really, really on. But he's an option. That he's 5,500 on FanDuel. So, he's an option. But if Larry Fitzgerald don't suit up, you know where I'm going to. Lazard. Going right to Lazard. If I can find him. Okay, there you go. I mean, not Lazard. I'm so sorry because I'm thinking about Lazard. I might have to play Lazard. Andy Isabella. Yeah, I'm going right to Andy Isabella. 3,200. Damn, that a flat man. Might as well be the flat man. It is what it is. The Rams got a couple decent corners over there, and Isabella probably could be coming out the slot or he, be bouncing around or whatever. Just like Kirk, he'll be bouncing around, and if he can take the top off that defense, man, that'll be a nice little return. And then with these tight ends over here between Higbee and Everett, you don't know where they gonna spread the ball out at. Jared Goff and the Rams. Since I've been yelling his damn name out, I wasn't even on him. I wasn't even on this motherfucker, but I was looking at him earlier. So you got Lazard, and then you got Tanya. He's been, Rodgers will spread the ball out. He'll run it up on you. He'll spread the ball out. And if you feel like Rodgers gonna ball out, you don't want to pay too much for Devontae Adams. Aaron Jones is probably gonna be a good tournament dart. He can fall a GPP dart. This might be his week. If you feel like that, you know what I'm saying, or you just want to get you a piece of that game with Rodgers, then you can look to at Lazard or Tanyan. Lazard, shit, this will be his third game back. His target share was going up, and he had a touchdown last week. Anybody on this team can score. He's coming in at $5K, so that's a cheaper option. And then on Philly side, you got Ertz coming back, Miles Sanders. I like Miles Sanders and GPPs, so there you have it with that. Travis Fulgham, Rager, Goddard been looking. He's been getting the volume. Got a touchdown in the last 2 games, 3 on the year. He's getting the volume. That's another tight end option, but it's just like, man. Then you got Alshon Jeffrey down here at 3K. His ass getting in there playing last week, had 4 top targets. Like, bro, I ain't even gonna say nothing else. I just pointed that shit out to y'all. That's it. And then the last game on the slate, you got New England and the Chargers, man. Now, on the Chargers side, Ken and I, we're not going there. I'm not talking about them guys today, man. I'm not talking about them guys today. I got 2 guys I want to talk about, man. I want to talk about, and they right next to each other. I want to talk about Mike Williams. He is he's 4,800 on DraftKings. A little higher than I want him to be, And on FanDuel, he's 5,800. He's a little higher than I want him to be, but he ain't nothing but a tournament dart. If you think he can pop for you, pull the trigger, man. Then this is a wild kind of game, man. Now, Jacoby Myers, one of my favorite young wide receivers, along with Denzel Mims. I'm just saying favorite in general, not favorite for the slate, but favorite in general. He's getting his targets. He's somebody that you can look to. You might be on him, you might not be on him. Eckler, self-explanatory. But then you got this guy right here. You got James White. He coming in at 5K on DraftKings. And what is he on FanDuel? James White. Let me see. I clicked wide receiver again. James White is... I probably went past him. He's 5,700 on FanDuel. So look at his last couple games where he's started back to ramping up his production. All right. So look, check this out. The difference between PPR and like FanDuel, DraftKings and FanDuel is the PPR. Last week he had 1 target, 5 rushing attempts, 18 yards, but he got 2 TDs. The week before that, he had 5 attempts, 19 rushing yards. Then he had 9 targets for 14 fantasy points in both outings. Look over here. Touchdowns are really important on FanDuel. He had 1 target, 2 rushing touchdowns, 14 fantasy points. He had same, like you might as well just say the same over here. Now he had 11 fantasy points versus the 14 fantasy points over here. The 9 targets put him over the top on DraftKings versus FanDuel. He had 3 extra points. So that's why I like to point that out. And a lot of people like to point that out. So, those are some tournament darts. I don't mind Cam Newton, especially if he can move the ball. If he can move the ball, this should be a hell of a game. He should have a hell of a game. You don't even have to play him with anybody. Cam Newton, you can play him by himself, and run some other stuff. What is his price, man? Cam Newton's price is on DraftKings, Cam Newton is at $5,800. On FanDuel, he's probably at $7,500. So those are some low, cheap, tournament darts. Cheap players. Look at golf. Cheap. He's cheap. Shit. What else we got here? That's cheap. Aaron Rodgers, that's cheap for his price, $6,800. Phillip Rivers, $5,900. That's cheap. Derek Carr. This is an interesting fucking week, man. Matt Ryan. Wentz, Trubisky, cheap, Baker. So, it is what it is. And like I say, jump in the comment section, man, and chop it up with me. But before we go, let me give you a brief rundown of. I ain't gonna say a rundown. Let me make this full screen. I'm gonna get into some of my favorite bets. And me, personally, I like to bet player props. My 2 favorite player prop bets are, they always overs. I'm an over type of guy, man. I'm an over the top type of guy, but I'm an over type of guy. My 2 favorite player props are quarterback touchdown, like over, like, let me see. They don't have any. Do they have any right here? Do they have any right here? No. So the thing about, so you see, these options are limited right now. It's already Saturday. It won't be until Saturday night until all the player props. They got so many. All the player props are really fully. They fully load them up. Add them all together. Add them in. So let's go to another game where they should have more player props. I'm gonna click more wagers. I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna click player props. This is FanDuel Sportsbook, of course, you all know. So you got passing yards, rushing yards, Henry Hooper passing yards, receiving yards, Henry rushing and receiving yards. What's that? 110 over under. 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. You can pick the player, but this is like one of my bread and butters right here. So let's click on Baker Mayfield. Over under passing touchdowns. You see that? Then you got Ryan Tannehill. Over under passing touchdowns. So I would say, let me just say, let's just say I'll take him over, which I always take the over. Now you can parlay these up, but you can only pick one from each game. from each game. You can only, one from each game, because you can parlay them up. Like, let's go to Detroit and Chicago. Let's see what they got for player props. Even though they got a whole bunch of, different, where they got Montgomery rushing yards at. Over under 63.5. Mr. Trubisky, 244. Over under passing yards. So my second favorite prop bet, and they're not even fucking showing it. This is crazy right here. Mitchell Trubisky over 1.5 passing yards, and then Stafford over 1.5 passing yards. Then you got Mitchell Trubisky interception and Stafford interception. So my favorite, so like this right here, they only got Marvin Jones up there, but receptions, those are my favorite. I love reception prop bets. And if I was to bet on him, I don't know, man. I probably wouldn't even bet on that, but I'll take the over on it. He's got to get 4 catches for me. He have to get 4 catches for me. And then I'll go to another game. But see, like I said, all the bets ain't out right now. Let's see what they got right here for Houston and the Colts. Player props. Boom. Rivers, passing yards. Jonathan. And then, the sports books are not only the only sites that you can bet on. They got other sites out there that you can bet on. Prop bets on. I forgot the name that everybody's playing on. I forgot the name. So, okay, receiving yards, Brandon Cook receiving yards. I'm looking for touchdowns, and I'm looking for, passing TDs. Deshaun Watson. Over under 1.5. Phillip Rivers over under 1.5. So you can pick your poison. Then they got pass completions right here. So they slowly but surely adding them. By Sunday morning, everything will be up. Nyheim Hines receiving yards. Jordan Akins receptions, total receptions. Nyheim Hines over under 3.5. T.Y. Hilton over under 3.5. Michael Pittman over under 4.5. Look at Brandon Cooks. What do they got him at? 5 catches. What? And for his he fuck around, don't even get 5 catches, man. But anyway, I would take the easy route. I'll bet that. I'll take the over on T.Y. Hilton. These are some of the bets that I would actually take. Minnesota Vikings and Jacksonville Jaguars. Go down to some of these. I like I said, I like the quarterbacks and the receivers. Now, receiving yards, total receptions, Justin Jefferson, 6. I don't know about that. DJ Chark, 5 receptions. I don't know about that. Passing TDs. Cousins, got to get 2 for the over. Over under 2. Mike Glennon, over under 2. So, receiving yards and everything else is up there. They're going to add more receivers and stuff like that. Mike Glennon interception, over under, and that's the over under for Kirk Cousins. So they're going to add more receiving options and, stuff like that to each one of these. They just, I don't know, they don't want to give you all week to meditate on it. And us as DFS players and stuff like that, it falls right into that category. But, I'll throw a couple more wages up there. A couple more up there, and just let you guys see how this stacks up. I don't even like these. I don't like none of these. Receiving yards for Ruggs, over 29. I can get down with that. I'll take the over on that. That's just a little small little preview right there. And let's say I was to bet what? If I was to put $10 on this and all of them hit, my wager, I'll win $83, pull down my $10 and win $83. I'll be re-raking $93. So I like player props, man. I like player props. I love them. So and then the other feature that everybody loves. I like it. I like same game parlay, but I like it for basketball. Same game parlay. Just say for instance, you can just parlay up. Use the options that they have to offer. You could parlay that up all in one game. You can only do it in one game, same game. So what you would do, you'll click same game parlay, and this is like so hot right now. Everybody's playing it, man. You could take let's say you wanted to take the under on Darnold's. Say you wanted to take the under on Sam Darnold. You wanted to take the over on Derek Carr. Devontae Booker rushing yards, whatever you want to put on that, I won't even fuck with it. Gore rushing yards, he got a favorable matchup, but I ain't fucking with that. Touchdowns, you want to bet? I would probably bet Denzel Mims get in there. Waller, for sure. I love Waller to get in there, and then I would probably say Aguilar to get in there. And all your bets, they're going to stack up right over here. And then let's say you want to bet on the game. You want to take the Jets, or you want to take the Raiders on the money line, or the Jets +8 or whatever. Raiders, I would probably throw the money line in there like boom, because they don't want to win anyway. They don't want to win. And then you got all types of anytime touchdown player, first half money line, second half money line, second quarter money line, all that. So, total points and everything. And if I was to bet this right here, Donald the under, which I never bet on quarterbacks over or under, So, if I was to put a few bucks on it, let's say if I was to put $10 on this, that's $1,000 motherfucking dollars. I don't even, I don't really bet. It's doable. But I don't really bet the over and under on the quarterbacks. So if I was to take off the over and the under on the quarterbacks, that's Denzel Mims, Waller, Aguilar, and Vegas. Vegas money line. At $10. Shit. Hey. And then you can bet I think you can bet as little as a penny, I believe, Let me see if you can put a penny up there. Yeah, you can bet as little as a penny. So ain't no bet too small, man. Have fun, man. So with that being said, man, I'm about to get up out of here, man. I hope you guys enjoy this. Thank y'all for coming out and checking out the podcast and stuff. Like I said, the link to my Facebook group will be in the description. My Twitter, where I'll probably post I post random shit here and there, but I do put out my bets and stuff like that on Twitter. Then, don't forget to like and subscribe. Then guess what? We up out of here.